Alright, so if there is one light that I think is really worth talking about, it would have to be probably my favorite little Aputure light that is not just the first light I ever purchased, and is something that I still use very often to this day, but even more importantly, it's probably a light you either A, don't even know about, or B, if you do, you likely forgot about it by this point. That light that I'm talking about, of course, is the Aputure Amaran AL-F7, and it is a great little on-camera LED light that I've come to use for a number of different things that I never even really expected I would. So let's talk about it a bit more. Now this is a 7-inch 256 LED light that is bicolor and has a pretty broad temperature range from 3200 to 9500 Kelvin and can output up to 1500 lux at 1 meter distance, which the brightness and what this light can do is something we're going to touch back on in a moment. The light also has a number of different options you can use to power it, including Sony NP-F batteries, which a lot of my lighting accessories and other things like monitors will often use. Fun fact, if you're looking for a good set of affordable NP-F batteries, I'm a really big fan of the newer 2-pack F970 batteries, which comes with 2 and a nice little charger that uses micro USB to USB Type A. Now you can also use a D-tap connector to power this light and or USB Type C, but there are some caveats to that which we'll talk about a bit later as well. The controls of the light themselves are ridiculously basic, which is a good thing probably in this case. A basic power switch and a control dial that when pressed toggles between the color temperature and the brightness of the light. On the rear of the light you have a basic LED display that shows the color temperature, the brightness, and your current battery life. Also particularly useful is the fact that this light has 3 1/4-20 screw threads on the bottom, top, and side of the light, so you can mount this in myriad different configurations, whether on camera or to a light stand, or really in whatever configuration you desire. Now in terms of what comes with the light, in typical Aputure fashion, you get a bunch of different things. This includes 2 little diffusion inserts you can use with the light, a nice little ball head that can be used to more granularly control the angle of the light when on a light stand, a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable, and a nice little padded carrying case that holds the light and all of its accessories. So what makes this little LED light a bit more special than other LED panel lights of similar size and price? Well, for one, I'm actually filming with one of these right now, probably using it, I would say, as sort of a fill light to complement what I have going on at the moment here. But without a doubt, the largest benefit of this little LED light is the fact that it is bright enough to actually use as a tiny portable key light. And that is something that a lot of other little LED panel lights or accessory type lights like my Aputure MCs cannot do. Worth noting that I have used these lights actually as key lights in the past for videos that I've filmed here on this channel, but perhaps more importantly as a run and gun shooter and someone that does a lot of second shooting with things like weddings and other things, this has become sort of my go-to light to have in a lighting kit when I'm not even necessarily expecting to bring lights with me. Simply put, I can pack a couple of these away in my Pelican case and have them on me at all times with some batteries. As you're seeing now, I have used this in a quick pinch at weddings when you need to light up, say, a dance floor, even when couples have explicitly said they don't want any larger, brighter spotlight, say something like an LS60X illuminating the floor. This is also a great light though for throwing on your camera and getting a nice quick shot that you need illuminated, whether that's, say, you lighting up a portion of the dance floor to film some quick shots there, or perhaps even just to shoot some B-roll of an item in a dark area. Not to mention the diffusion inserts that come with this light make it such that even at a higher intensity and brightness, you are not going to blind people if the light is in close proximity to them. Now you might be wondering, are there any drawbacks to a light like this? And this is a bit of an older Aputure product, and so it's worth calling out maybe a couple of little caveats that exist. Now because this light does not have any Bluetooth connectivity whatsoever, it cannot be used or controlled by Aputure's Sidus Link app, nor does this light come with the old school Aputure remote that some of their other fixtures used to come with as well. So this is a light you will need to have hands-on control over if you need to adjust something. The second thing, and I talked about this earlier, is the fact that if you do intend to power this light via USB-C, you will only be able to achieve approximately half of its maximum output when using the light. Therefore, your best bet is to generally use either an NP-F battery or D-tap to power it, unless you are satisfied with the 50% intensity that this light provides, in which case you can totally use that. Now typically this light retails for a little less than $100 US, and I know I've seen it for around 60 to 80% of that price advertised on certain sales and other things that have come up. While this light might not have some of the other flashier features that other small LED lights possess, I don't think this actually needs it. And when it comes to just needing a small but high output and high quality bicolor LED light, this light really just does one thing and does it really well. And at the end of the day, really that's sometimes exactly what you want. So that is my take on the Aputure Amaran AL-F7, and hopefully now you know a bit about this light if you didn't know about it before, or if you did and you completely forgot about it by now. Now hopefully this little review has been of some help to you. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if it has. I'm definitely going to be covering more around lighting on this channel and some of my other Aputure fixtures, perhaps as you can see behind me. For now, that is all I have to say, so thanks for watching.